Baller, welcome to my YouTube channel. Make sure you subscribe and turn on notifications. If you haven't turned on your notifications, listen, why are you subscribing? I'm uploading every day for you. Premier League today, fire. Fire, fire, fire. Where should we start? Liverpool's game, Chelsea's game, Arsenal's game, huh? Or City's game? Which one? We start with Arsenal. Arsenal. Come on, up the villa. Up the villa. You know why? Do you want to know why up the villa? Because Unai Emery always has Mikel Arteta's number. He has his number on his back. That means when he's dribbling 1v1, he sees the number on the back of Arteta's shirt. That means whatever I want to do, I can do because I'm better. Come on. Like every single time Villa play Arsenal, Unai Emery has a way of establishing his thoughts, translating those thoughts through the players on the pitch and finding a way to beat Mikel Arteta's men. And it never seems to be so difficult either. It always seems to be in a way where it's controlled. You know, he knows what he is doing. 9 wins for Aston Villa in 10 Premier League games. They're 3 points behind Arsenal. Look how much they spent this summer. They're ahead of all these teams, Liverpool, Manchester United, Chelsea, all these teams that spend money. Is somebody going to give Unai Emery his flowers? I need to give him his flowers because he shows consistently that he's a manager that knows how to get the best out of his players. And that is what you call a coach. A manager who knows what to do with the players he has. He's not been able to buy so many players this summer. But what he has done with Aston Villa, I have to give him credit for. Well done again. I say Aston Villa 9 wins. That's incredible in itself. They started the season not so well. But what he's done with this team, I have to give him his credit. I think today again in the game, it showed a lot of tactical nuance. He brought the big guys out. John McGinn, physical guy. Don't think he played that good in the first half. Onana, big guy. You know, I know he was at fault for the goal, Trossard's goal in the second half, but started really well. Camara, you know, these players who can match Arsenal's midfield of Declan Rice, Zubimendi, Merino was in there, Odegaard was in there. He did what he needed to do. Now, Aston Villa probably should have won this game before then because Ollie Watkins had a good chance in the first half. Now, Ollie Watkins gave Timber and Hikapi a runaround. He definitely did. I don't blame Timber. I mean, he plays right back most of the time. But you could see physically and even with his height, today he struggled. It wasn't Saliba. It wasn't Gabriel. And that's where Arsenal have to talk about the importance of those two, at least one of them in the lineup. Because today, you saw the shortcomings. Honestly speaking, Mosquera's out for 6 weeks. I believe that's what I heard. I told you, glass houses, they don't want to listen. Learn. Listen or perish. Because right now, we saw today Arsenal without Gabriel and Saliba at the back, the defensive deficiencies were clear for everybody to see. And I don't really see them conceding last-minute goals like that. It was absolutely pure havoc. And I understand, yes, Ben White, they've got, you know, him to come inside the team, and they already know that they have the squad depth. However, Aston Villa today really made them pay. Now, in the first half, we saw Cash score and Eberechi Eze was sleeping and he was hooked at halftime. Eberechi Eze. You know, at Crystal Palace, Eze was allowed to have a great game. And then after that, 2-3 normal games. And then, again, another great game. And then we see that because the other games we don't really pay attention to because it's at Crystal Palace. And then we say, oh, Eze is fantastic. The difference is, Eze, when you're at Arsenal, it has to be game in and game out, especially when your team's going for the league. And what I saw in that first half, especially slipping and sliding everywhere, Arteta hooked him. 45 minutes hooked. New signing. What was he, 71 million? Hooked. Get off. And that's the level that you have to be playing every game because Leandro Trossard came on and scored directly. And Leandro Trossard needs more credit from Arsenal fans. Honestly speaking, because that guy, Sometimes I look at him, I think to myself, how do you always make an impact? In such a short space of time, he has an ability, a skill to make an impact in a short space of time. Not everyone can do that. Baller. Absolute baller, Leandro Trossard. And he came on, equalized. Bukayo Saka, assist, basically. Martinez couldn't save it. And Leandro Trossard 1-1. At that point, Arsenal were on top. Odegaard was on top as well. He was running. He was really running things. Declan Rice was in there. But then there was a 10-minute period where Arsenal kind of just took a step back and Villa came back into the game. And then from then on, Arsenal never really created anything, Bukayo Saka, I spoke about it before. I feel like his game has changed. He's become more of a physical kind of winger rather than running at the man. That could be an injury thing as well. So let's wait and see. But his whole game has changed. It's physical now. It's, back into the defender, hold the defender off, spin him, and then win a foul, win a free kick. And then that's it. It's not really the Saka that we know. But I want to talk about Victor Gyökeres, man. Victor Gyökeres, man. Gyökeres. Arsenal signed you to be that guy. And right now, you are looking at bench. I can't lie. Merino started above him. Merino, again, didn't have an impact first half. Gyökeres came on 45 minutes. He did absolutely nothing. You saw Daniel Marlin when he came on for Aston Villa, the difference he made for Ollie Watkins. You saw Ollie Watkins, even though he didn't have the best of games, his movement, the running in behind, the problems he caused Arsenal centre-backs. And then you bring on Gyökeres and absolutely nothing to offer. Even a pass that just went astray, simple pass to Saka went out of play with his left foot. It's like, you're not an Arsenal player. You're in a system that will make you look better than you are, and you're getting exposed. Now, we're in December, so we might, give it a bit of leeway. However, another month, 2, 3, by the time you get to Jan, if you're not hitting the ground running, listen, Kai Havertz, Gabriel Jesus, all these guys, when they come back, you're going to be watching them play football. Because right now, what I'm seeing, the touches, the tactical awareness, you're not faster than most Premier League centre-backs that you were in Portugal. You're too big as well, too physical. Premier League defenders are strong anyway, fast, athletic. So what are you going to do? Find a solution. Your movement, that's not good enough. Do you have enough chances? You're playing in the top team in the league, the best team in the league. That's not it. Arsenal need to really think about what to do with Victor Gyökeres, honestly, because I don't know what happened there. And again, I don't have much to say. I think Sancho came on. Buendia came on. They actually changed the game. Sancho, somebody's dribbling against Ben White. Oh my goodness, tight spaces. And then, at the end, Buendia brought the joy to the Premier League. What a finish. And to be honest, last kick of the game, this is what you love Premier League for. Sauce. A lot of it. Well done. Well done to Aston Villa, man. They deserve that. And only 3 points off Arsenal. This title race is just getting interesting. Manchester City 3-0 against Sunderland. Now, Sunderland are not an easy team to beat. We saw against Liverpool during the week what they were able to do at Anfield. They could have snatched it. Man City said, no, not today. And no, Erling Haaland did not score. No. But Man City are 2 points away from Arsenal. The title race is well and truly on. Yes, it is. Now, the first goal, Diaz doing the Vincent company. They told him, don't shoot. Hit it. Slight deflection of Pollard. Top bins, 1-0. And then after that, second goal for Manchester City, a corner, and Vardio leaped above everyone else. From then, Manchester City kind of just dominated that game. Sunderland didn't have too much to say in that game. I guess it's tough to play away at Anfield, away at Etihad in consecutive days. But Man City were in full control in that game. And I need to talk about Ryan Cherki, guys. We need to start talking about ballers that are going to come to the Premier League and disrespect families like Ryan Cherki. How are you doing a Rabona for a cross? And the Rabona curl, the last person to do that I thought was amazing when they did it was Dimitri Payet. And that was Dimitri Payet-esque. Just a little Rabona. And Phil Foden, what have I been telling you guys about Phil Foden? Arriving into the box, heading the ball into the box, hit the crossbar, went in. But oh my goodness, I have to talk about Ryan Cherki because the technical supremacy, the technical elegance. He is so good to watch on the ball. His understanding of tight spaces, I think is just a joy. And the Premier League needs more players like Ryan Shirky, man. An absolute footballista. What an assist. The best assist I've seen in the Premier League this season. And Man City are now got him and Foden coming to form at the right time for them. It is the right time for those players to start finding their feet. Remember, you have to remember he's new to the league as well. And Phil Foden now as well back into form. And if Haaland's not carrying City, we know Phil Foden did a carry job and won him a league title. He's won 5, by the way. So this is not even going to be a problem. He's had a year off last year. He's fresh. He's fit. But Man City, I mean, routine. 2 points off Arsenal. They're sniffing. They're sniffing. Let's go on to Liverpool. Yeah? You scousers. You thought I was going to forget you scousers. Scam that draw, you know. Because the first 2 goals, Leeds United gave the ball away. You're not giving Ekitike a 1v1. You think he's going to miss? No way. And then they lost the ball again across Ekitike. Knee slide. Liverpool had scored 2-0 up. But it's Liverpool. It's Liverpool. Like, you can't... Any Liverpool fan that saw that couldn't have been thinking we've won this game. No way. You know? And Ekitike scoring. Isak on the bench. Salah on the bench. This guy is just, he must be thinking to himself, what is this? Why am I fighting for my place? I'm the top scorer of this football club. Like, I should be on this pitch all the time. These guys should be watching me. And he's right. But he can't do everything. Because even if you work so hard to score goals, Konate and Virgil van Dijk, who had absolute stinkers again, will undo all that work. Konate, are you all right, son? Why would you dive in like that when the ball's going out of play? I'm just trying to determine what's your motive as a defender, you know, because you and Virgil van Dijk shaky today again, shaky. I'm thinking to myself, what's happening to Liverpool? And then the second goal again, Konate didn't get out to the man quick enough. No midfield, blocking the ball. It was so easy to score. And then again, Leeds United's terrible defending. Szoboszlai, who's probably been Liverpool's player this season, runs through on goal, 3-2. And then they think they won it. They thought they won it. And then again, last minute, Liverpool concede from a corner again this season. They keep conceding from set pieces. Tanaka, who scored against Chelsea, scores against Liverpool. It's 3-3. And Liverpool scammed that draw. They should have lost. They were given the goals. And honestly speaking, it was a great game for the Premier League. You have to love the Premier League for it. 3-3, we'll love to see it. But Arne Slot, it's time to go. Arne Slot, it's time to go. You've done what you can. You've done... The players don't want to play for you. Because this team cannot be that bad. Liverpool cannot be that bad. There's so many issues. There's so many problems. Like, when I watched them, I'm thinking, what happened? Liverpool. Goodness gracious. On to Chelsea. Now, I didn't watch the first half of Chelsea's game, so I don't really know what happened. More of the second half that I saw, I kind of understood that it's not the kind of team that can do a title challenge. Chelsea is a very on and off team. Is that because the team is quite young? I don't know. You know, in the second half, again, Bournemouth, in what I saw, didn't create as much. However, Chelsea didn't also take the game to Bournemouth in the way I expected them to. Obviously, they had Mark Guiu, who was a striker. You know, he was on the pitch. João Pedro, who I expect more from. I feel like João Pedro, he started very clinical, and I thought to myself, yeah. But now it's almost like he's doing the Gabriel Jesus thing, where it's like you're trying to be too much of a playmaker when you can focus on actually getting goals. You're in great positions to get goals. You're in a good position on the pitch. But his movement, his touches around the box, it just seems too player-makerish. I don't like it at all. And it's not helping Chelsea one bit. I'll be real, it's not helping Chelsea at all. So I must say, I think when I look at how Chelsea are playing right now, I don't know. Like, they can win one game, then they can lose one game. It's always up and down. You know, I think definitely they need Caicedo back. They need a fully match-fit Cole Palmer back. Again, there was not too much at the end there from Chelsea. I think they didn't deserve to win that game. Bournemouth, it by no means is an easy away fixture in the Premier League. We know this. We know this already. But for me, Chelsea, it just seems as if there's not enough. They had Neto come on. They had Garnacho, who tried and tried. But again, quality of chances created, not really high. It's Chelsea. You know what I mean? It's just Chelsea. I don't know. Esteval came on as well. Not enough impact in the game. But you just don't know. A team like Chelsea, can they win 5, 6, 7 in a row? They have the players. Will they? No, they won't. They won't. But the Premier League title is still alive. It's still alive. Cupola, make sure you follow, like, subscribe. Like I said, turn notifications on. Like this video right now. If you don't like it, I don't know what you're doing. And I'll see you soon.